So like, make it where. Okay, you can see your face a little better. Okay. Okay. Ready? Oh wait.
Here we go. I'm ready. Anytime
Okay.
you are.
Hello channelers, welcome to the JRC channel. My name is JRC. Today on this edition of the interview, we have the one, the only super assassin of Kentucky Zone Wrestling. And yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am the super assassin, one half of Bad Company. And you know what they tell me, Mr. Carter? They tell me that you are a big time ladies man. Woo! That's the rumor going around. Anytime, fans, that you want to keep up with your KZW superstars, turn into the JRC channel, Jack, because this is where the young man is putting all the videos of the KZW superstars. I like this man's channel. He is a fan of KZW, and I like what you're doing, pal.
Thank you. Thank you for the comments.
You're welcome, sir.
And this question was put in by one of your top fans. Let's see, what's her name? Stacy Horton?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so her question was, what was your first signature move?
My first signature move was the figure 4 leg lock. Believe it or not, my first signature move that I wanted to lay claim upon, which I cannot because Mr. Ric Flair has that under wraps. But anyway, my first signature move was the figure 4 leg lock.
What's your favorite signature?
My favorite signature move is the heart punch. The heart punch, baby. Courtesy of Mr. Oxbaker himself. The heart punch.
What's up? Hot fat ass. There you go.
Okay, so what's your opinion on the current superstar, Terry Allen?
Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen. Well, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Carter, my views on Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen are not very good. I will take nothing away from the man. He is a great athlete. He has been listed in Pro Wrestling Illustrated as one of the top 500 wrestlers 7 different times. I will not take away anything from Mr. Terrific, but personally, I don't like the man. I don't like his cowboy hat. I don't like his sunglasses. I don't like his stick horse named Peter. I don't like his look. I don't like nothing about the man. And any time that KZW will put me in the ring with Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, I will sign it, and I may do the match for free. Mr. Terrific, if you are watching this, please sign the open contract to face me, Jack, please.
Okay.
You made me mad with that one. You made me mad. But that's okay, continue. I can't believe, of all the superstars here in KZW, that you had to go and ask me about Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, and first and foremost, there is absolutely nothing terrific about him. He got them sunglasses at the flea market. It's untelling where the cowboy hat came from, some kind of dollar store down the street, and I would say some fan somewhere, he might have too, bought that stick horse.
One named Peter and the other one named Sarah.
You mean he's got 2 now?
Yep.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I tell you what, why don't KZW just sign a contract? I've got an open contract in the office right now for all the KZW superstars, and I want Mr. Terrific personally to go in there and sign it, and we'll have a stick horse on a pole match, Daddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Stick horse on a pole. I'll wear a dress, diaper, eat dog food, it don't matter. get me a match, Jeffrey Carter, with Mr. Terrific Terry Allen, please.
Okay, so what inspired you to get in professional wrestling?
Oh, what inspired me to get into professional wrestling was it is a great sport. It is the greatest sport in the world. You have all these different characters. You have different sizes. It is very, very entertaining. I have been a wrestling fan from the age of 5 or 6 year old when I used to sit on the couch, Daddy, and watch it with my grandpa. He liked it as much as I did. And then when my grandpa passed on, I continued watching wrestling with my dad on the couch on Saturday nights, watching Ric Flair, Dick Murdoch, Dick Slater, and all the greats. George South, Tim Horner, Brad Armstrong, Thunderfoot 1 and 2, Barry Windham, Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Ox Baker, Dutch Mantell, Ronnie Garvin. Oh, I'm getting carried away, sir. What's your...
So, who's your favorite masked wrestler of all time?
Mr. Wrestling number 2. 2.
John Francis Walker.
Exactly. Mr. Walker was absolutely great. He was a great talent. I wish the man would have held the NWA Heavyweight Championship because you know we had many matches against Ric Flair when Flair was the champion. But Mr. Wrestling number 2 could not pull off the win against Mr. Flair. But my favorite masked wrestler of all time, bar none, Mr. Wrestling number 2.
You know how many championships he has, tag teams and singles on combined?
No, I really don't know. I would have to look it up and check it out.
Between 20 and 30.
Impressive.
Also in 4 Hall of Fames.
Impressive.
Owns a wrestling company in Hawaii.
I did know that. Yes, sir. Mr. Wrestling number 2, one of the greatest pure talents ever in pro wrestling. He was at a level of greatness, the greatest of all time, masked wrestler, greatest of all time. But I've got to give an honorable mention to Mr. Mil Mascaras.
Yeah, Mil Mascaras, the Mexican.
Mil Mascaras. I have got to mention Mil Mascaras.
Yeah, he's the one that really made masked wrestlers.
Yeah, especially in Mexico and overseas.
Made masked wrestlers popular.
Exactly. Mil Mascaras, great. Absolutely great.
But then again, if it wasn't for Jerry Jarrett, the owner of Georgia Championship Wrestling back in the 70s, we would not have Mr. Wrestling too.
That is correct. There are so many great masked wrestlers. There of Mr. Wrestling number 2, Mil Mascaras, the masked superstar, Thunderfoot 1 and 2, Devil Blue. The list goes on and on. The Collector. You ever heard of the Collector?
No.
Check him out sometime.
Ultimo Dragon.
Exactly. The Great Muta. He wore a mask for a while. The Yellow Dog. Remember the Yellow Dog? Who was the Yellow Dog? Who was that? The Patriot. Mr. USA. Oh, go ahead, sir. Woo!
So what inspired you to come up with your character, Super Assassin? What's the...
Well, when I broke into the business, everything at that time was still kept secret. I didn't want to reveal my true identity. I still don't. This mask actually means something to me. Just like Mil Mascaras' mask means something to him. Just like Mr. Wrestling number 2, his mask means something to him. This mask means something to me. I broke into the business during a time where you didn't tell everything you knew. You kept pro wrestling secrets secret. And actually, the promoter of the company, after I was trained, told me, he said, "Sir, you are a assassin." And then after I had my first match, He told me, sir, how long have you been in this business? I said, sir, that was my first match. He said, from this moment on, you will be the super assassin. Let me ask you a question, sir. Who is your favorite masked wrestler of all time?
Well, for mine is for mine personally is El Matthias.
Yeah.
El Matthias.
Yep. Good.
And also forgot the other one's name.
The super assassin. The super assassin.
The Super Assassin. Super Assassin.
Wow, really? Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So you're saying right here, right now, live, and I'm talking about live, Daddy, on the JRC channel, that you're telling me that your favorite masked wrestler of all time is the Super Assassin. Woo! That's awesome. That is awesome.
What wrestling company is doing the best? TNA or WWE?
Well, I would have to give the advantage to WWE. I really would. I love TNA, I love WWE, but I'd have to give the advantage to the WWE because, of course, they have WrestleMania coming up. And I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled to see that the Bushwhackers are going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. Ho! Whoa! Yeah. Bushwhackers.
Yep.
Butch Miller and Luke Williams, two of the greatest of all time.
Yep.
The Bushwhackers. 14 minutes, Daddy. We can go 14 minutes, we can go 25 minutes, we can go 35 minutes, we can go as long as you want to go, Daddy. As long as we talking about pro wrestling, the greatest sport in the world, bar none. This is the greatest sport ever. Where else can you go to a show and you don't know what you're going to see? You don't know who's going to run through the curtain. You don't know if the referee can spell referee. You don't know if he can count to three. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who's got the title, who's going to get it, what kind of match it's going to be, Daddy. It's the greatest sport in the world, I tell you what. Whoa, I'm getting out of control. But now there's some KZW superstars, Jack, that I have a problem with, and Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, is one of them. I still ain't over it. Why did you have to ask me that question about Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, and his stick horse, and them sunglasses, and that cheap cowboy hat, Jack? I can't believe, I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad. What's your next question, sir? And KZW fan, I will tell you this, it's just a matter of time before Bad Company, Daddy, the Super Assassin, and Johnny Suede become your KZW Tag Team Champions one more time. I can't believe that Team Beatdown of all people, beat Bad Company. I can't believe it. It still bothers me. I can't sleep at night.
One question. Now on the screen here, you see the poster for Terry Allen to appear on the DVD.
I can't believe that you have asked me to do this interview, and then you bring up on the computer screen a picture of Terry Allen.
Now
look at that picture. Just look at that.
Now look.
What about that? I'm getting mad.
Now.
I can't believe. Why don't you have a picture of Bad Company up on that screen? Why don't you have a picture of the Super Assassin up on that screen? But you bring a picture of Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, and he can't even spell Terry Allen. I know he can't spell Mr. Terrific. And I tell you what, when you do your interview with Mr. Terrific, you please inform him that I said Mr. Terrific soap and shampoo, Jack, are your friends.
Now, here's a little part of the show that I'm going to start. Every person I interview will get to give a question to me to ask the next person that gets interviewed. So,
yes.
One question. Now, what question? It could be any question. a racist question, a silly question, a math question, any kind of question. What questions do you have for Terry Allen?
My
One.
question to Terry Allen will be, can I do more than one question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, my question to Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, is how did you get Mr. Terrific added to your name? And I would also like to know, Mr. Terrific, why you do not use soap and shampoo. And I also want to know, Mr. Terrific, why you hate the KZW fans so much. Please, Mr. Carter, get me a match with Mr. Terrific.
So you want a match with Terrific?
I want a match with Mr. Terrific at the earliest possible date. And I also want a tag team title match for me and my partner, Johnny Suede. I think that Bad Company, Daddy, is the #1 contenders for the KZW Tag Team Championship. Now, Mr. Carter, you have asked me to do this interview. I have come out here and done this interview. You get me a match with Mr. Terrific, Terry Allen, and you get Bad Company, Daddy, a title shot. A tag team title shot. I don't care who has got the title. I don't care.
It's okay.
I don't
It's okay.
care.
It's okay.
I don't
It's
care
okay.
if it's
Let's go.
team
Let's go.
beatdown.
Let's go.
I don't
Let's
care
go.
if it's bad attitude.
Let's go.
I don't care who's got the title.
Let's go.
You get me a title shot, Jeffrey Carter. Watch the JRC channel, Jack. Oh, we're running wild here at KZW. Get me out of here.